Yo, it's your boy Lockpicking Legend. Lord knows why I started like that. Forget about it, let's just pretend that never happened. I've done so many false starts on this video. Not because I was saying things like, yo, it's your boy. Just things like volumes and all that lark. And my missus is chopping up a body by the sounds of it in the kitchen. And there's no telling her what to do and what not to do. So if you hear that, just forget about it. Right, Jason Hansen. I made a video about this fella and the Doricade. Do you remember the Doricade video where it was a selective test, I think it's fair to say. He was smashing the sledgehammer at the middle of the door rather at the hinges or where the locks are. Never mind. But someone in the comments, and I'll try and put it up on the screen if I can find it, they said something like, this guy, you want to check out some of his lockpicking videos. Well, if someone gives me some helpful advice, I follow it up. And I tell you what, it's anti-legendary.
No.
The geezer was in the CIA for like decades or something. He's got a New York Times best-selling book. By the way, allegedly the New York Times best-selling book is a curated list rather than based on book sales, which is weird when it's best-selling. Anyway, talking of books, I've got a novel coming out before Christmas. It's not about lockpicking, but I think you might like it. If you like my sense of humour, I'll stick a link. Don't worry, I'll let you know about it probably many times. But so I'm pretty good at bumping. I invented the shoulderless bump key. I invented the dampener technique. The proof is out there. I've got the receipts. I've got the videos.
Intermission.
And here is one of those receipts. Look, a 7-pin GG. And when bumping, each extra pin makes it exponentially harder to bump. You got to get 7 of those to clear that shear line. 7 of those drivers simultaneously. Now, look, interestingly, I put the dampeners on wrong. I put the black one on first, the big black one, then a white silicon one. We went through all sorts of different rubbers, all sorts of different silicons, and all sorts of different densities. We tried hundreds of different ones, but it's not letting the black one grip the shoulderless key. The white one is in the way. So I turn that round, and you can see what I mean about going at it like a woodpecker. I'm turning that dampener. You can't do that with those stupid little cattle rings. Look, no timing required. No resetting, no pulling it out. One click. There you go. Lovely. Okay. We will now return to the main feature.
Legendary.
So I'm quite interested in what people say about bumping. And I watched a little bit of this video and I thought, well, hang on a minute, cut him some slack. This could have been like 10, 15 years ago. Nah, this video's 1 year old. 1 year old. So let's see what our man Jason Hansen has got to say about lock bumping, or aka tete-a-tete, c'est la vie, bumping locks. Roll VT.
Some of you have probably heard about lock bumping. So lock bumping has been in the news sometime.
You could say that, in 2006 at least. Now, this is one of his live events. He does these like spy school training events. Well, you know, we do them as well. I do them. I've done some of the biggest companies in the world. I've done live I've got one coming up Wednesday actually to a company that I can almost guarantee you've used today. It doesn't help me bump my YouTube rankings. And you know, I do ask them. Anyway, this is a live one of his spy training things from a year ago. I'm sorry if I've got I'm not sorry actually, but it's something called something like that.
So here's the way lock bumping works. We're going to use these doorknobs for the sake. Now, when we're doing the L-rake and tension wrench, just what we did, majority of the time you're getting in 30 seconds. The way lock bumping works is you may get in the first time, it may take you 20 times. So sometimes it's lightning fast, sometimes it's not. So we've got our doorknobs here. If you are lock bumping, you have to have the key, a lock bump key, that
Red flag is calling it a lock bump key. Now, indulge my pedantry, but a lock bump key. Has anyone ever used that in those words in that particular order? Hey, have you got a lock bump key I can borrow? Oh, do you know anything about lock bump keys? It's all over the place. I like the way that his graphic there is a lever lock. It's a lever lock key. Yeah, show me how you bump lever locks.
matches the type of lock you're breaking into. So for instance, you can go online and you can buy quick set lock bumping keys.
Yeah, if you're buying a quick set lock, just get a city rake. Save yourself a lot of trouble.
A lock bumping key has a bunch of ridges, which is similar where I do with my tension wrench, right? The only difference is instead of us raking, we're gonna bump this key so fast so we don't have to go back and forth. So here's how.
Yeah, not really how it works. I mean, bumping is Newton's cradle. It's a transference of kinetic energy. You're not it's not like raking. It's similar to raking, but wow, there you go. You're learning a lot in that class. Imagine, instead of raking it, we're going to get the lock bumping key to do it. Right.
Lock bumping works. And again, this may take me one time, it may take me 20 times.
My guess, based on what you've said so far, this could take a while.
Take your special lock bumping key, which is
special lock bumping key.
Exactly what we have. You put it all the way in and you pull it one click out, okay?
Right, well, for a start, no one bumps locks these days unless they're making it short like me to show off their technique.
Here we go, you bumping lunatics. You get a lot of people going, oh, you've got to put it in there, you've got to put it in there. Right, this isn't the key for this lock, obviously, but you haven't got to put it in there, you haven't got to put it in there. I'll tell you what, I'm going to put that much of the key in. Look, it's not even up, barely enough to hold it in. And then I'm going to go, bosh. All right, lovely.
Next, you hold it like this and you slightly turn.
It's a really weird thing to say that you hold it like this, because surely, if you're a spy, you want to learn how to do this in a door. This is how you bump a lock. You hold the lock in your hand, helpful. At least put it in a damn vice. You know, a vice recreates it being in a door. And it is it's the same technique, but you've got, there's other concerns you need to take into account.
Next, you hold it like this and you slightly turn it clockwise.
And again, if you're using a dampener and not one of those damn little orange castration rings, get a proper set of dampeners. There's a big black one in the UK bump keys set. You can turn it. You can just turn it. Whether it's in a door or in your hand, you just keep turning it while you're going at that bump key like a woodpecker. It takes the whole timing out of bumping. But no, a video he made a year ago, forget the developments that makes bumping about 1 million times easier, and go like this.
Remember how we had to put tension on the wrench? This is our version of tension. It's so with my forefinger and thumb, I'm slightly turning the key. Now here's where it gets fun. You're about to lose some fingers maybe.
He's actually using a claw hammer. I mean, in 2006, what was it called? The Tomahawk. It was like the only bump hammer available. I think the Open Organisation of Lockpickers may have designed it. I can't be sure on that. But a year ago, 2024, he's opting to teach his class to bump a lock with a claw hammer. I mean, the reason that you get nice flexible bump hammers is you get a nice whip on them, but you also don't have enough weight to almost certainly snap your bump key at some point.
You are turning this slightly clockwise. You have to hit it hard in the middle, which is...
No, you can bump most locks with the lightest of taps, but some do take a bit of it in fairness.
That's why you want to keep your fingers out of the way. So again, my key's in all the way. I pull it out one click. I grab it and barely turn it. Okay, that time I did not get it. So every time you miss, you've got to reset it and pull it. And I didn't get it that time.
Yeah, and if you're using dampeners, you don't have to do all this. You, like I said, just go at it like a woodpecker.
You have to hit it hard. Probably the number one mistake people make is they do not hit it hard enough.
No, you do not. That's simply untrue. I use a technique I call swing and clip, where you come at it using like an arc, and you just clip the key.
If you find you're having trouble bumping a lock the usual way, where the bump hammer catches it head on, like that, try this technique that I've got called swing and clip, where you come at it like that. You sort of come down like in an arc, like this. And there you go. Oh dear.
And that has proven very successful over the last 16 years that I've been... Oh God, is it that long? Hang on, 2025. My maths are terrible. 20 years. Good Lord. I must be old.
And my patience wears thin. So what am I on, number 3 now? No, number 4. I'm going to try a different lock. Because what'll
Yeah, you want to try looking at some different videos and learn how to bump locks.
happen is lock bumping damages the locks because you're putting in the pin so much.
Hang on, he's suggesting that the reason he can't bump that lock is because he's bumped it so much he's damaged it. Now, I am going to give him that, but you're looking at like, you've got to have tried and failed to have bumped that lock thousands of times before you're doing it any damage. Although he is hitting it with a claw hammer, and he said you have to hit it really hard. So maybe there is a correlation with his technique that you probably damage your lock after 3 attempts. So, I'll give him that.
Damages the locks because you're putting in the pin so much. So let me see here. Because I'm not going to, if we have to stay here till 6 o'clock tonight, you guys, I have never... No, this is going to make me... Okay, so slightly...
Did he just say this is going to make me gay? I've got no problem with the gays, but it's a bit of a weird thing to say when you're bumping locks. I mean, I am a straight male, and I've bumped thousands of locks, and, well, judging by last night, I'm certainly still not a gay. Well, let's just hear him.
So let me see here. Because I'm not going to... If we have to stay here till 6 o'clock tonight, you guys, I have never... No, this is going to make me... Okay, so slightly...
I don't know what happened there, but let me know in the comments whether that was just some weird audio glitch or whether he said it's going to turn him homosexual.
Okay, so I got it that time. So when you do it, you see the key turns normal. 2 most important things, I'm gonna relock it here. 2 most important things are turning this barely and hitting it hard in the center. If you look at some of these bumping keys, you'll notice that they've been nailed down. So I'm gonna keep this.
What? If you look at some of these bumping keys, you'll notice that they've been nailed down. Let me know in the comments. What? Really? Okay. Hang on, this one's been crucified.
This one out for a minute because that one wasn't working for me. If you want to take these around and hand them out, everybody needs a
sledgehammer.
Needs a hammer. Everybody needs a doorknob. We had to pull a bunch out, so you may have to share. So remember, you've got to put enough tension, just barely twisting it, not a whole lot of tension, and you've got to hit it hard, very hard in the middle. So it's a...
No, that's just not a good advice. Especially with an hammer like that. Get that slightly off, you're just going to snap the key.
A very hard punch, and like I said, the pain in the butt with this is you can go 20 times.
I'll tell you now, if I had that group of people there and they had proper dampeners on those keys, they'd have all opened those locks already.
I'm gonna try this lock that I couldn't get.
What, to prove it didn't turn you into a gay?
No.
Yeah, every single time you have to pull it out again. You're pulling it.
What, when you're a gay? Every single time you don't, because you use dampeners.
Out only one click. In theory, this is easy, but it's not that easy. The tension wrench. All right, Renee is a born criminal.
In theory, this is easy, but it's not that easy.
If you really have tried a million times and can't get it, let me know. I'll come test your lock. I'll make sure that it's not
Make sure that it's one of the ones we've rigged for you.
not broken. Bill, you've got to actually hit harder than that most of the time. Yeah. All right, so I pull it out a click, turn it barely.
Yeah, that's enough of that fella. Anyway, there you go, people. Oi, listen, I found out that YouTube have got this new thing called hype. You can hype a video. Now, if you're on your phone, it should be under the like button, or you should see it somewhere. If you're on a desktop, you know that sort of carousel of things like remix, like and all that. Somewhere on there, there's hype. You can hype 3 videos or something a week. Do us a favour and hype this video. Fair play to YouTube. They're trying to make it easier for smaller channels to get a bit of impact. And man, I need some impact, because it's turning me into a gay. Ta-da!